Here's the answer for your tight, stuck hamstrings. Do-it-yourself massage. With the right tools, of course. It's awesome because you can do it anytime and anywhere and create the consistency to actually create change. When you diligently and very gently work these tissues, they begin to hydrate, become more supple, and then overall you gain flexibility. Then when you couple it with the right stretching routine, which is coming, then you can actually make a change and change those dried out jerky-like hamstrings into softer, supple, more flexible hamstrings. It's pretty fun. So these are the yoga tune-up balls that I'll be demonstrating today. You can use like some tennis balls or racket balls. I would highly advise against using something hard like a softball, baseball, lacrosse balls. They just don't have the give that you need to make a change in your muscles. Your muscles tend to brace against them. So there's a link below that you can buy these, but just know that if you are local and need some, that I always have some, and I can save you a chunk of money on shipping. So from here, we're going to talk about our hamstrings really quick. So this is Mr. Pelvis Presley, and this is his back, and these are his sit bones, and you can feel them right under your butt cheek. Just right under here is where that pelvic bone that is the origin point for the hamstrings. That's where they connect. It's important because that's where these are the points that we'll be working with. And then the hamstrings go back behind the leg, and they attach actually beyond the knee joint onto the tibia, and then one on the fibula. There's actually 3 that make up this set of hamstrings. So picture 3 of these therabands coming down. So we are going to start with a little bit of a check-in on my chair here. You'll need a chair. So here is my chair, and I'm just going to do a quick check-in with a straight knee, the leg that's straight, to feel kind of where I'm at right now. How tight is that hamstring? And then I'll check in with the other side and feel your knee needs to be straight, and then you kind of stick out those sit bones so you can pull that muscle group to its end range. All right, so now I'm going to use the alpha ball today, but we always want to use a chair when we roll out the hamstrings so you don't irritate the sciatic nerve. When the sciatic nerve, like if I was on the ground and leg straight out, it has that sciatic taut. We don't want it taut. We want to put a little bit of slack in there in case we twang it, and you'll feel it, and so you just move off of it if that happens. Anyway, I'm going to put this ball, and again, you can use smaller balls just right under that, where the butt cheek meets the thigh, like we showed on pelvis over there. But I love the depth of this alpha ball. So I'm going to just sit on it right there in that kind of crease right there. And then I'm just going to breathe into it, see if it lights me up or not. And then maybe start to initiate some movement. And see how that feels. Okay, so I'm cross-fibering over the tendons that attach into those sit bones, ischial tuberosity. Okay, so I'm just kind of working that, cross-fibering that against the grain. And then I want to try to strip the muscles. So I'm going to do this action where I'm going to go along the grain of the hamstrings from the knee to the ischials, the sit bones. So I'm going to turn my chair a little bit. I'm going to turn so the back of the chair doesn't get in my way. My favorite way to do this is on a bench. So rolling, kind of like finding, as Jill Miller, the founder of the tune-up balls and the whole role model tune-up fitness system, she calls it rolling between the curtains of the hamstrings. So kind of inner, and I'm going to reset and get a little bit closer to my knee. Reset more in the center. Up and down. So let's say I find something that, ooh, I'd call it a dragon, kind of lights me up. I'm going to kind of try to relax into that. Breathing is incredibly important. And then pin and stretch. So you can do that. And then let's say we go on a hunt for another interesting spot. And then I'm going to go right in the belly of my muscle. And then I'm going to contract, like pull my foot back and flex the hamstring muscles, and then relax, usually with an exhale. So you contract on the inhale, hold for a few seconds, and then relax. And that really plunges that ball deep in. You can also cross fiber this, the hamstring group, so you're going perpendicular to the grain of the muscle. And then another thing I really love to do that gets the other end, I'm going to grab a pair of either pluses or originals, that gets the other end of the hamstring where it attaches below the knee. And I'm just going to sit back on that. That can be pretty intense. You can do it with the toes pointed or the toes flexed. Okay, kind of running through these a little bit quick. So take your time, explore those hamstrings, and let me know in the comments below how it feels. But first we gotta recheck things. So let's undo that, spend more time, of course. And then I'm just gonna recheck that same leg and see if there is a difference. Hopefully you'll feel a difference. And then you're just going to repeat this whole entire video on the left side. And there will be another video coming out soon that teaches you some really effective stretches for the hamstrings too. When you couple the two things together, you can actually make a change and actually lengthen and make those hamstrings happier. Thank you for joining me, and click on that other thumbnail when it comes. It's not here. Namaste.